point, or you think you could have nicked the three?
We could have nicked it, but it was still a good point because they've started the season so well and played really good stuff, and they did tonight as well. We didn't start the game well. We didn't quite get it right at the start, but we grew into it. We got much better, and certainly by the end of the game, we were a bit of a threat.
Disappointing to have that soft goal from them.
Really disappointing because we were actually had a bit of control in the game at the time. And we were always worried about sort of emptying the midfield, and I think Declan goes to play a 1-2, follows his pass, and the pass doesn't come back to him, which ran Declan out of position and opened up the middle of the pitch for him to run through. So, but what they have is they have unbelievably good forwards. They got the counter attack and they make it count. Recently I've had half a dozen counter attacks and we've not made one work. So sometimes just the quality of your front players really matter, and Tottenham have got really good front players.
You talked that Piqueta didn't have time to train with the team. Was that the reason why he didn't have a miscommunication with Emerson on that glorious chance towards the end of the game?
Well, they're both Brazilian, aren't they? And I'd hope that there was no problem with communication with those two. They're big friends from Lyon as well. But it was a great opportunity, and and it would have maybe finished off a really good night if we could have scored. But nevertheless, look, we build on a good victory at Villa on Saturday. We take a point against Tottenham. The games are really tough, and the players played well tonight.
It's not the great start of the season for you, 3 defeats in a row, but you improved against Aston Villa. Do you think the team has started to click into the new season now?
Well, look, if you ask me the question that way, I actually had a win in Europe, so we didn't have 3 defeats in a row. We actually won some games in between. But if you're only referring to Premier League games, I accept that. But I also would hope that you'd understand we've won an awful lot in the last 2.5 years. But I'd have to say tonight and the game before was very good.
How long would, giving Paqueta's minutes that he had, how long will he need to get into the Premier League, you think?
I don't think he'll need long at all because he's played for Lyon this season. So it's not that his fitness we're worried about. Getting into the Premier League and getting adjusted to the speed, the type, the difference in the football. He doesn't speak much English at the moment. All those things are going to take time, and time is things that managers don't get. But hopefully Piqueta will be given that opportunity to show exactly how good he is, and we hope he's going to be a great player for us.
You mentioned the last 2 seasons, and we were there witnessing how great West Ham did under your management. Is this season going to be a little bit more difficult because of the expectations are higher and because you spend quite some money as well?
Yeah, much more. But, I heard people talking about us making a record signing, but still wasn't as big as Tottenham's record signing or Arsenal's record signing or any of the others' record signing. So we've got a long way to go to catch them. So it's good that we're lifting expectations. That's my job. But it's also people with a little bit of understanding of the game will realise exactly where we are.